Welcome back to the news at 10. The Legal Defense and Assistance Project has condemned the plan by the Senate Committee on Judiciary to summon the judges who were recently arrested by the DSS. LEDAP's national coordinator, Mr. Chino Obiagwu, notes that the legislature has no oversight power over judicial officers under the constitutional principle of separation of powers in sections 4, 5 and 6 of the 1999 Constitution. Mr. Obiagwu explains that it is only the National Judicial Council that has the power of control and discipline of judges and justices of superior courts in Nigeria. He also adds that any interference by the legislature or the executive into the conduct of judges in carrying out their judicial functions will amount to unlawful interference with the independence of the judiciary. LEDAP says it will soon approach the courts to seek orders restraining such summons of the arrested judicial officers, as it amounts to attempts to browbeat and intimidate the judiciary. Truck drivers and other road users have asked the federal government to rehabilitate the Otukpo-Enugu Highway, a major route for agricultural produce and petroleum products between northern and southern Nigeria. They made the appeal while speaking to Channels Television along a failed portion of the federal highway in the Otukpo axis of Benue State. The state government has already initiated some repairs as part of a township road rehabilitation project in the local government area.
The Benue State Deputy Governor and the contractor are here to see the extent of failure on the road, which runs through the heart of Otukpo Local Council, and to flag off township roads by the sole administrator of Otukpo Local Government, Mr. George Ali. While work goes on, motorists on the other part of town are sweating it out due to the bad federal highway. On seeing the Deputy Governor and his team inspecting the Enugu roundabout, some youth besieged the area, asking the federal government to fix the road, which has claimed several lives over time.
Since I said that there is change, let them make the change for us by doing Otukpo Road and the roundabout. Every week, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, you have motor accident, trailer falling, missing of brake, entering of gallop, everything, and we are so tired.
More than 16 years, this is how this road has been. So we thank God for this present administration that they have come to check this our road. If they do it for us, we'll be very happy.
Done with the inspection, the Deputy Governor says the federal and state government will work together on a solution on the road which services the northern and southern part of the country.
I don't want to talk about the past. The past is gone. And that is why we were elected. It's because the people felt that what was happening was not good and that they needed a replacement. That's why they voted for us. So our efforts should be geared towards getting things done. Anything that was bad should be corrected. And that's why we are here. We are trying to see what we can do.
Although the sole administrator of Otukpo Local Council has begun palliative work on some of the bad portions, a stitch in time, they say, saves 9, and that might just be the case for the Otukpo-Enugu Federal Highway, which requires urgent fixing.
The Imo State Urban Renewal Program being pursued by Governor Rochas Okorocha, meant to open up major roads, appears to be attracting criticism from some citizens in the state. The people are accusing the government of deliberately using the project to settle scores. But the state government dismisses the claims, insisting that all demolition carried out are lawful and necessary.
Amakaya Olu Road, Okigwe Road, Mberi Streets are some of the major roads to be rehabilitated and expanded under the ongoing urban renewal of the Imo State government. To achieve this plan, the state government has begun the demolition of shanties, illegal structures along the road and houses whose fences are close to the road. The affected persons are opposed to the continuation of the project, as they say the interest of the residents should be paramount in anything government is doing.
Construction is in order, but unfortunately the timing is wrong due to the fact that it has caused a lot of problem to both passengers and those with those who have vehicles moving around this environment.
Now smaller than how it used to be before. You don't have a parking space. There's nowhere to park. So we urge the government to simply come and put the road in order before the Christmas time.
This is my house that we were.
Another victim who ran on the governorship candidate platform of ABGA against the incumbent governor is accusing the government of victimization and not following due process.
They excavated a trench more than 6 feet deep, more than 10 meters wide, for the full length of the house, so I can't go in or come out of the premises. It's been more than 3 months that I've been denied access to my own property unfairly and unjustly. We've been back to court because people have continued to trespass our property in spite of the fact that the injunction exists. We will have to go to the courts again.
The government disagrees, dismissing insinuations that the demolition has any political undertone.
If you have any structure that is on the road where it's not supposed to be, because we have the master plan which we are using, irrespective of your status, we must remove it. We are expanding the roads to give our city a facelift.
The expectation of these agitators is that the government of the day will listen to their cries so that when contractors eventually return after the rains to continue work on the project, perhaps some corrections may be made to accommodate the observations made by the people. But for the government, the project will see completion.
Residents of Fashional, Koka and Ogunwusi communities in Ife, Osun State are concerned about the impact of environmental pollution on their health. The people are calling on the government to intervene to end cases of air pollution in their communities. Tonight, our community report examines the people's plight and efforts being made by state authorities.
Etisalat, now you're talking.
Residents of Fashino, Koka, Ogunwusi 1 and 2 communities along the Ife-Ibadan Expressway out on a protest against an iron and steel firm operating in the area and emitting hazardous smoke. The company, located along the Ife-Ibadan Expressway, believed to be owned by Indians, is a private recycling center that fabricates scraps to iron rods. However, these residents have come to the premises of the company, alleging that since the year 2010, the emission which comes out from the factory's chimney has affected the crops, animals and human life of the residents.
We cannot be holding on. Why people are dying and you are making profits at the detriment of our health? Whereas when the house come to you, when they write to you, you feel they are not relevant, you feel they are not important, you ignore them as if they are nobody.
And they even say that they are going to control it since 2011. And this is 2016, and these people are here, and they are killing our people instrumentally.
The personnel manager of the Ife Iron and Steel Nigeria, Adeleke Oluwani Shola, who received the protesting residents, speaks on behalf of the company.
We challenge anybody in this country or anywhere from anywhere else that we are capturing far above the world regulated standard, which is 70-80%. We are capturing no less than 80% emission. And yes, you see, because of, the 15% coming out of the factory, because it's feasible for anybody to see. But that is one of, to any advantage, there is always a disadvantage. That is one of the disadvantages of having a factory. And we are talking about, I've seen in one of their placard, yes, they're asking for industrialization. Industrialization comes with its own peculiar challenges as well.
So, Channels Television visited the site at night to ascertain the claim of the personnel manager, as the residents have also claimed that the company has resorted to night production alone. The permanent secretary of the State Ministry of Environment, Sanitation and Physical Planning, architect Adewale Ojo, and an environmentalist, Professor Olubukola Oyaoye, both say the recycling company had received several warnings to control their emission.
We had their EIA report, Environmental Impact Assessment and Analysis. We examined it and we discovered it will not be harmful. That's why they are there. If for any reason it will be harmful, the government has two options: to resettle those that are there, or to ask the company to shut down or to relocate to another place.
We are putting surveillance in place now, and we're putting more people. Soon as that is done, and we hear that that is being done, we are going to descend heavily on them.
Experts have identified environmental pollution as one of the greatest problems that the world is facing today, causing grave and irreparable damage on the earth. And for these residents, unless this firm is stopped from polluting the airspace, healthier living within the community may not be guaranteed.
Now you're talking.
The Minister of Information and Culture and National Orientation, Lai Mohammed, says Nigeria is poised to be the nucleus for arts and culture in the continent following the decision of the World Intellectual Property Organization to situate its African headquarters in Nigeria. Mr. Mohammed, who made the assertion at the Benin Arts Exhibition taking place at the Oba Akenzwa Cultural Center in Benin City, Edo State, said the government will ensure an enabling environment for artists.
Bronze castings, paintings, even digital photography, all showcasing the rich culture and heritage of the Benin Kingdom at the Oba Akenzwa II Cultural Center in Benin City, the Edo State capital. The ESA of Benin Kingdom, Chief Sam Igbe, has the honor to declare the arts exhibition gallery open. As one of the activities marking the coronation of Oba Ewari II as Oba of Benin, the Benin Art Exhibition is now in progress as guests are conducted round the various works of art on display. The facilitator of the event, Omoigi Ogbeide Ihama, says government would support ventures of this nature.
We will support any initiative to make sure that people turn from oil, where we don't even have a choice anymore, but to tap on our rich cultural base, heritage, and the tourism potentials of our country.
One of the guests and the Director General of the National Gallery of Arts says going back to the basics is one of the ways of encouraging the arts in Nigeria.
We want to make the teachers teaching art to be proud of the profession, and because we've been taking them along the school to see them as very serious people, and particularly now that we know art sells for a lot of money.
The Minister of Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, insists that Nigeria remains a hub for African arts and culture.
Also make it possible for young and upcoming artists to have access to funds. And at the same time, create an arts market for them. Well, I think the most significant that happened was that a few weeks ago, the World Intellectual Property Organization, which is the richest arm of the United Nations, agreed to locate its Africa regional headquarters in Nigeria.
The exhibition is an opportunity for the public to appreciate exquisite artworks from the Benin Kingdom, which will continue to be a source of reference for generations to come.
Next on the news at 10, South Africa's African National Congress calls on its entire leadership to step down. We'll have that on the following scene. Please join us again.